This is Capitol Report with State Representative David Bly. I'm Mike Howard. Representative, we're here kind of doing the recap of the 2010 legislative session that has just wrapped up. And a lot of the end of session focus was on the balanced budget, but there was a lot of action going on the first few months, and a lot of it centered on jobs. So I mean, that's a big part of this session to recap is what you folks were able to do on jobs.
Yeah, well, I think we recognized going into the session that with the downturn in the economy, the real solution to getting state government back in the black was really putting people to work and getting jobs going. And so a lot of work was spent on putting together a bonding bill that would have shovel-ready programs that would get people working in that way. I was also part of the jobs commission that was looking at how can we create jobs. We interviewed a lot of folks out there to get ideas, to get concerns, and it did generate some bills. I think that it was frustrating going into this, realizing that we were working with a governor who really didn't have any interest in having government work in that direction. Representative Rukavina had a Meade bill which would have given some money to employers to have employees, and some tax credits that would have worked well in the 80s when Governor Perpich was governor. This governor wasn't interested at all in looking at those things. So we did look at some other possibilities that hopefully will create some jobs. The Angel credit that will hopefully help small businesses be able to employ some more people.
And that bill is really looking at emerging technologies, right?
Yes.
The Medtronics of the world have to start somewhere, and so it's hoping that we can get some entrepreneurs in to invest in these new ideas.
Right, and it's so important that we try to recapture manufacturing in our economy and move away from the kind of service jobs that are not high wage. But if we're going to get through this, we need to produce the kind of jobs that are going to be beneficial to our society, to our economy. So that is an important thing, yes, getting people to be able to create those jobs that will be making things, be manufacturing.
And when you look broadly at where things stand with the economy, I mean, there are a lot of signs we are moving forward. A lot of the jobs pieces of this session will hopefully accelerate that. But where do we stand, and what do we need to do moving forward to emerge out of this recession and make Minnesota stronger?
Well, I think that's so important, and it's going to make what's coming in the next few months so important to recognize that we have to plan for an economy that can get started, get back into gear, and that really will depend on our ability to create those kind of manufacturing jobs, to generate the research we're continually cutting back in the areas where we need to do some expenditures. We need to invest in education and higher ed, and do the kinds of things that are so important for building the future of our economy. And I think if we look ahead to what the kind of Minnesota that we want to have, that we want to live in, it has to be one where we're investing in things and not continually divesting or moving away from responsibilities that we have.
Where does education play in that?
From K-12, from early childhood to K-12 to higher education, I think it's so absolutely important. If you look at what happened in the 70s when we really made investments in education at all levels, I think it's what built the high-charged economy that we had in the building up to this point where we had the downturn. But I think stepping away from those investments, and we've neglected investments in a number of areas in the past dozen years or so, and we really need to change that direction, to get back into investing in the things that matter, and making education affordable for people, so that we attract those kinds of jobs that we've shown that we can do in the past because we have a highly motivated, high educated workforce, and that's going to be really the key going forward. We've talked before about my energy bill, the core energy bill, or the feed-in tariff bill. That the whole emphasis behind that is to try to build demand for renewable energy products and create an economy that can be a green energy economy where we're manufacturing those things right here in Minnesota, and that energy is produced here in Minnesota to get the economy going all across the state.
Well, all these issues, now that the session's over, I know you look forward to talking with your constituents. It's hard work here up at the Capitol day in and day out, but it's got to feel good to come home and spend some time in the district.
Yes, it does, and visiting with people and hearing their concerns and their ideas about what direction we ought to move in, and it's a good time to be at home, yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us. This has been Capital Report with State Representative David Bly.